One of the best books I've read this year, and perhaps I've ever read, talks about failures. It doesn't make sense, right? Yes, it talks about failures and how we can make the best out of it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Life's greatest lessons are learned from our losses by Dr. John C. Maxwell. So, little backstory last year, most of the plans that I set out for myself didn't really work, and I felt like I was dying in the inside. I felt like I was a total failure. You know how it is. Today is January, and the next day, December. And the year was ending, it was Christmas, and we entered a new year. We entered 2022. In 2022, this year, things didn't really seem to have changed that much, but then I got opened up to new opportunities, new avenues that came my way, and I'm grateful to God for that. This is not to talk about my life and how boring it was last year, but I must confess that those moments of failures last year were the greatest in terms of learning and becoming more mature as a person. Now, the common denominator to all losses is that it hurts. Losing hurts. Nobody likes to lose. Everybody wants to win. Why? Because losses leaves us emotionally locked down. We become mentally defeated. It affects us for future challenges. It leaves us with so many questions. What did I do wrong? What if I didn't do it this way? What if I'm going to fail again? What others are going to think of me? What if I'm just a failure? And, failure deprives us of our inner strength. And the point is, if you are going to lose, and everybody does, why don't you turn those losses into a gain? Yes, why don't you turn those losses into a gain? And failures leaves us with an opportunity to learn, and not so many people says it. And when they don't, failure hurts them more. Now, how to turn a loss into a gain, which leads us to humility. Today, we're gonna put an end to the good debate.
¡Gol de Cristiano, que ya marca!
Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 gol.
Who is the best between Messi and Ronaldo? For those of us who watch football, for me personally, is Messi, because whenever he loses, he doesn't blame others. He doesn't blame his co-players. He takes full responsibility for his actions. He takes full responsibility for his mistake and always try to correct himself and move on. And what really makes the difference when we lose is our attitude. As Ezra Benton puts it, pride is concerned about who is right. Humility, on the other hand, is concerned about what is right. Yeah, so as I said, what really makes a difference when we lose is our attitude. It takes humility to learn from our losses. As a matter of fact, humility gives us a true perspective of life and of ourselves, allowing us to let go of perfection and keep trying. Talking of true perspective, humility connects us with reality. What is real? And reality is actually the foundation of learning. There are three undeniable facts about life. The first, life is difficult. Secondly, life is difficult for everyone. And the third, life is more difficult for some than others. Now you're going to wonder, why is life more difficult for some than others? Well, life is more difficult for people who refuse to face reality. Life is more difficult for people who refuse to think effectively and take full responsibility of their actions, and refuse to make proper adjustments towards challenges. And it is safe to say that we are responsible to some extent, as in how life is for us. It takes responsibility to accept the fact that life depends on our attitude towards it. And so let's take responsibility towards life, and because other than that, we can see real change. We can see real change in our life. And the more we stop blaming others, the more likely we are to face reality and see real change in our lives. Improving ourselves is actually the first step to improving everything else. Improvement requires us to move out our comfort zone. Improvements has to be intentional. Improvement is not satisfied with quick fixes. You have to decide that you are worth improving, and then pick an area at which you want to improve. And the third one is find opportunities to improve as you discover your flaws. Let's talk about hope. We've talked about humility as the spirit of learning. We've talked about reality as the foundation of learning. Responsibility as the first step of learning, and improvement as being the focus of learning. But none of these are complete without hope. Now, what is hope? To want something to happen with a sense of expectation that it might. Being optimistic. That's it. That's being hopeful, being optimistic. Hope is the most precious things in life, because hope energizes us. Hope keeps us going when we have nothing left. Hope says yes to life. Also, in addition to this attribute, we have to be teachable. We have to see adversity as something that pushes us to do more, not as an enemy, and see problems as an opportunity to learn. Finally, I would say that life is not really always about winning, but about learning. We don't really become better than yesterday by winning. And I'll go beyond that and say that winning is not everything, but learning is. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you find yourself here, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, and on to the next one. Bye bye.